Hi, I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and today I got my Flatcatgear ISO Clean 2 stove in the mail from John at flatcatgear.com. So I thought we might look it over, weigh it, measure it, and then put some alcohol in it and try it out and see how it works. So let's move the camera in here where we can get a closer look at it and run this through the paces. Okay, first things first, let's weigh it. There was a little bit of water left over in it from burning 70% isopropyl, which is 30% water. So when you get down, you have a little water in the bottom. I just shook that out. Okay, so the first thing we'll do is we'll weigh it. And it weighs in at 1.15 ounces. That's an ounce and 1/6. Okay. So, let's measure it and see what we got here. It looks to be about 2 7/8 inches wide, and the main body is about 1.25 inches, and the pot stand is 1/2 inch, so the total height is about roughly 1 3/4 inches tall. Now it has a unique pot stand that is cut away here and then folded in the opposite direction, which is very elegant and solidly sets it up so that the gap between the pot stand and the top of the stove is set at 1/2 inch, and it's right there every time, rock solid, no question about it. And that's important because this stove requires that the pot stand the top of the stove to the bottom of the pot be fairly accurate in order for it to burn correctly. Now I'm using this inside, so I'm not going to use a windscreen, but if you're using it outside with a windscreen, you want to have a good windscreen. Like all alcohol stoves, this stove is not good in the wind. No alcohol stove is. In fact, very few backpacking stoves are good in the wind. So you want to get it out of the wind, and you want to have a good pot stand. A good windscreen, but you don't want it in so tight that you choke it. You want it out far enough so that it can get plenty of air. Okay, so let's put some alcohol in this and fire it up and boil some water. Okay, I'm using 70% isopropyl alcohol that I got at the local Quick Pick. Slick brand 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol. And I'm just going to dump in some. I know that's more than I need, but the stuff is cheap. I'll do some exact tests with the amounts and all that later on, but I don't want to bore you right up front. Okay, that lit. Now I'm going to turn the lights out and let this warm up for about 45 seconds to a minute, so the body of the stove can heat up and work correctly. That's what the directions say. Now, he says you can also use this with 90% isopropyl.